So now let's go over these practice examples now that you've had a chance to work on them. So if we start here with ibuprofen, we should have found two functional groups. We see our six-membered ring with the alternating bonds. We know that's an aromatic. In fact, we're going to kind of work on these top five simultaneously. Do you see any other aromatics? So again, remember, right now we're calling an aromatic ring a six-membered ring that contains only carbon with alternating single and double bonds. And we see one here in tyrosine as well as in naproxen. Alright, over here in ibuprofen, we have a carbonyl bonded to an OH group. We know that's a carboxylic acid. We also find one here in tyrosine and one in cysteine. Tyrosine here has an R bonded to an NH2 group. That's an amine. There's also an amine in cysteine. And let's go back and get the carboxylic acid that we skipped in naproxen. An OH bonded to an R group, as we have here in tyrosine, that's an alcohol. Glucose actually has 5 alcohol groups in it. At the end here we have a carbonyl with an R group on one side, a hydrogen on the other side. That's known as an aldehyde. Cysteine has an SH group here, bonded to an R group. That's the thiol. And finally, we have an oxygen here in naproxen bonded to two R groups, which is an ether. Then we've got two more compounds down here to look at. Taxol, which we've talked about before, and betanin, which is actually the compound that's responsible for giving beets their color. And so we can start up here at the top. We've got a pair of carboxylic acids. In between them is this nitrogen group, and even more specifically, this is a secondary amine. And here, we have alkenes. These two groups here, the nitrogen with the charge and the oxygen with the charge, we're going to ignore those. Those are functional groups we haven't gotten into at this point. All of these are going to be alcohols. In here, carbon, oxygen, carbon. We know that's an ether. And finally is our aromatic ring. Taxol, even more complicated, but actually not that bad. So it can start out here with an alcohol. Second one here, third alcohol over here. Do we have any aromatic rings? one here, one here, and one here. Carbonyl bonded to a nitrogen is an amide. And then carbonyl bonded to an oxygen bonded to another R group is an ester. And we've actually got 4 esters in this molecule. Anything else? Yeah, we've actually got 3 more. Here's an oxygen bonded to 2 carbons, making it an ether. Here's a carbonyl bonded to 2 carbons, that's a ketone. And finally, right here in the middle, we have an alkene.